So what are we making today?
Chin chin.
It's not chin chin, it's chin chin. Can you say chin chin? Say chin chin.
Chin chin.
Good. Before we get started, as usual, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Many of you may be skeptical about the cinnamon and cloves combination, mainly because cloves are used in stews. But please do not hesitate to use it in this recipe because it adds a depth of flavor to your chin chin. When you start bringing the dough together, you may realize that it may be a little bit hard for you to handle. Please do not be tempted to add more milk. Just keep kneading, and after a while what you end up with is one rough dough, which is going to give you the desired texture you need for your chin chin. When it comes to flattening my dough, I could either use a rolling pin or a pasta machine. But in this recipe, I'm going to show you both methods. Right now, I'm using the rolling pin and I roll it out into 1/4 of an inch thick, just because when I fry it, it's still going to rise. So that's the reason why I'm rolling it out that thin. My dough is flattened, and right now I'm going to move over to cutting the dough into tiny squares. First off, I'm going to cut vertical lines on the dough, after which I'll follow up with horizontal lines, and then I'll end up with very tiny squares. When it comes to frying your chin-chin, always start by doing the floating test. By this I mean, pick up one of the tiny squares, drop in your hot oil, and if it floats, then your recipe is perfect. You can then go ahead to add the rest of the squares. Please, when you put your chin-chin in oil, don't take your eyes off it, because chin-chin cooks in at most 5 minutes, and it has the tendency to get burnt if you don't keep working it with your frying spoon. So you keep doing that till it's golden brown, and then at that time you can take it out of the oil immediately and as quickly as possible. In case you're wondering why I'm using a deep pot to fry rather than a frying pan or a shallow skillet, it's simply because chin-chin has a tendency to foam when frying, and that foam keeps rising and it could overflow. So with a deep pot that won't happen, but if you use a shallow skillet, there is definitely going to be an overflow and there will be a lot of mess created.